front squat. Let's get into it. You're going to set your dumbbells on your shoulder with your elbows pointing out. Going down, chest should be up, core should be engaged. Feet about shoulder width apart. And as you're going down into a squat, your hips are going back as you're bending the knees. Again, chest up, so don't go too far in front of you that you start to fold over. Let's look at this from the side here. So on squats, you always want to make sure you go down far enough, and to know that, it's the L shape in your leg there, almost as if you had to put a board on top of your legs. You would have a straight and narrow table to like eat off of. Lunges. It seems simple, but I honestly feel like everyone has got it wrong for so long. And I say that because I myself have just figured it out. Lunges is a workout for your quads. You should feel it in your quads, not anywhere else per se. So I'm staying stationary to show you guys exactly how you should be working on form before you ever start walking lunges. And if you notice, my back knee comes down and is literally in line with my front foot. It should never be wider than that, and a lot of times we go way too wide. So I want you to work on stationary before you start walking lunges, and drop that weight if you have to. It's not necessary to hold the weight if your balance isn't there. And you notice I'm shaking my head no. Don't pop up and pull back instantly. Go down, catch your balance, go back. Step, down, balance, back. 4-step process. Again, I'm showing a side angle. You can work on this as well to really help yourself with that balance. Chest up the entire time. The weight will be going into that front foot. And now we can start walking lunges slowly, making sure we have the balance the entire time, going down, not making too much separation in between those steps. Okay, on this one, we are going to be doing a single leg hip thrust. So you can tell that the weight is going to be heavier than your normal everyday hip thrust with a dumbbell. So make sure you utilize the weight necessary for you. If you notice, foot is in an L shape. You want it back far enough by your butt where you can actually feel it in your glutes and not just your hamstrings or your quads. You're still squeezing at the top with your glutes to get that full connection in. And if you notice, I'm bending at the hips, but my back isn't coming down. You don't want to come down so far that you touch the ground. That's not necessary. And your rest leg should absolutely feel like it's resting. So if there's weight on that side, transition it over to the side. Calf raises. Not rocket science. Just make sure that you're not taking your foot all the way to the ground, that you're keeping a little bit of separation between the ground and your foot because you don't want to touch the ground when you're doing calf raises. Number 1 rule is explode up, hold at the top, come down, slow and controlled. If you have a plate, add a plate. It just creates more separation between the ground and your foot. Banded kickbacks. These were one of my faves when I was really trying to understand the connection with glutes. They play such a crucial role because with the band, it creates resistance, which also makes it where you actually feel that specific muscle being utilized during the entire movement. And remember, it's a diagonal kickback. You're not going to the side, so you're going back in a diagonal way. This back view shows it better. And if you're able to have balance and put your hand back there, you can actually feel that glute being utilized. Wall sits. We've been doing these since elementary school. Remember, L-shaped legs. Create that table. Everything needs to be straight. Heel taps. Feet up. Lean. Hands here. You're just tapping your heels with your fingertips. You're not trying to go up or anything like that. You're literally just bringing your shoulders up off the ground and tap. Heel tap, 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 tap. We want to keep them out because you can feel every time you move your feet closer, it changes how you feel it in your abs, okay? If you get too close, you're not going to feel a lot of resistance here in the abs, so you want to make sure they stay out. Don't focus on touching your heel literally, but you want to come here and you want to feel that contraction. So come up off the ground with your shoulders and here. Woo! You should feel the burn.